Hi, I'm Tommy Zimmer here at Motor City Comic Con 2013 in Detroit for Creative Continuity.
Excelsior!
If you've never been to a convention, then you really don't understand what goes on here.
The hard thing about Indiana Jones was the whole time I'd go begin my page that day, in my head, dun da 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 dun da da.
Well, it's awesome to meet you, sir. I'm really a big fan.
That's as it should be.
Here at C2E2, we're going to be bringing you live coverage from artists, writers, and cosplayers. Hopefully some stars along the way. We hope you stay tuned to the rest of our coverage here at C2E2 2013. Talking with Young Justice artist Chris Jones. You're getting a lot of Young Justice fans out here.
Oh, absolutely. Everywhere I go, there's a lot of love for the show and the comic.
So let's talk about the comic. You started the comic, and you were the first you were the artist on the.
No, I came in on issue 5, and it was already up and running. I came on in issue 5, and then starting with issue 7, Greg Wiseman, who is one of the head writers on the show and co-producer, came on to write. Did some with Kevin Hops, and a lot of it on his own.
So, what do you think about now with the show ending, now the comic series ending, unfortunately?
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a feeling of it ended before its time. I know there's online campaigns to try to continue it. I don't have any insider info as to how that's going or what chances that might have. But if it's done, I'm very thankful for the work I got to do, what I got to contribute to it. I'm a huge fan of the show, in addition to thinking we did really good work on the comic. Yeah, of course I'd love to see more, but I'm happy to be a part of what we did.
How did you go about getting the job?
Well, it's funny. I actually, when I first heard that the show is launching, I tried to do the same thing I had done when the Batman was first announced, which was that I contacted somebody at DC and said, I know how this works. There's going to be a tie-in comic book. I want that job. How do I get it? And in the case of the Batman Strikes, I was directed to the appropriate editor, and I did a couple of sample pages, and I got the job. With Young Justice, by the time I found out who the editor was, I was told that the creative team was already set, and I was too late. I was like, oh well, I look forward to reading it. But then a few months later, I was told that they were needing to find a new artist for it, and they called me. I guess Greg Wiseman was asked if there was anyone who was interested in working with, and threw my name in. We'd done a little bit of work together previously, certainly not on the level that we got to do together on Young Justice, but we get along. I think we do good work together, and I was really happy for the opportunity.
So you mentioned Batman Strikes, the tie into the series. How'd you enjoy working on that?
That was a lot of fun. Batman is absolutely my favorite comic book character, so I was delighted to get to do Batman as a regular ongoing series. That was based on the Batman animated series, which I think was a good show. I think it got better as it went. It had the unfortunate position to have to be the first Batman animated series to come along after the big chain of Bruce Timm and Associates shows. No, I enjoyed working on it. I got to draw a lot of fun stories, work with a lot of great writers, and one of my few frustrations with it was that for reasons I never understood, both the show and the comics had to stay away from 3 villains that were associated with the live-action films that were happening. We never got to do anything with Ra's al Ghul, the Scarecrow, or Two-Face, who happened to be 3 of my favorite Batman villains. So when I got to draw an issue of the Young Justice comic with Ra's al Ghul in it, I was delighted because I finally got to draw Ra's. So that was a happy thing.
What else do you have coming up right now?
Well, the short version is I'm between projects right now. I'm still looking for the next series to really sink my teeth into. I'm looking. But right now I'm doing some licensing art for Marvel. I'm looking at doing a Kickstarter for something creator-owned. When I know more about that, I will be announcing it from the rooftops, and more importantly on social media. Because from the rooftops, I found really not that effective in getting the word out there. You hear about it all the time, but really in practice, not that useful.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jones, and thank you, viewers. This is Tommy Zimmer at C2E2 2013 in Chicago, signing off.
It calls the 10 Commandments of successfully working with artists. And if you're a writer and you want to create comics and you want to work with artists, these are probably like the 10 best rules or commandments or guidelines that I could give people who might be interested. Thou shalt pay attention to the interest and style of the artists that you want to work with. Drawing comics is a very time-intensive process, but it's a very enjoyable one if the artist likes what he or she is drawing. So cater your script or your script sample to his or her style and interests. You know, maybe you just want to pitch them a 5-page script sample, and then you can pitch it around to people that are looking to create their own books, you know, The Image or Dark Horse or whomever. But you have to cater your script to the artist. Look at their strengths. Look at their weaknesses. Look at, you know, what do they like to draw? You know, there's many times where I would look at an artist's website, and if they're drawing all kinds of like beautiful women, for example, or whatever, I'd say, hey, if I gave you a script with a strong female or a strong and pretty female protagonist, would you be interested in drawing that? I wouldn't give them like, you know, something that doesn't have what they don't want to draw in there. You know, cater to their interest, make it worth their while, because well, you're going to spend a lot less time manually writing it than they will manually drawing it.
He was working on, so I ended up doing one of those. So yeah, that's what our previous history had been, and then he asked for me when Young Justice came along.
Do you know about Bestow Productions? We're the area's leader in video production. We provide quality, award-winning, and professional work in television commercial advertising, video for the web, video content for direct distribution, video on demand, and so much more. Give us a call at 570-486-4948 and see what Bestow can do for you. And now you know.